On February 1st, 2022, a tragic event took place in Memphis, Tennessee. A 27-year-old mother named Danielle Holey was found brutally murdered, and her 2-day-old baby girl, Kennedy Holey, was missing. The person later identified as committing this horrendous act was Brandon Isabel, Danielle's ex-boyfriend and the father of her 2-day-old girl, Kennedy. Danielle Holey was born on April 16, 1994, and grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. She attended Central High School and was known for having the purest, kindest soul. People described her as someone who didn't bother anyone. Danielle Holey and Brandon Isabel met while working at FedEx. They did not date for a long time before Danielle found out she was pregnant with Kennedy. Early in her pregnancy, Danielle decided to end her relationship with Brandon. As her pregnancy progressed, she started seeing another guy casually, and someone in Danielle's life thought that Brandon was very upset about it. Danielle had a 10-year-old daughter named Jeria, who she was an excellent mother to. She shared a beautiful relationship with her daughter, and they were like best friends. Danielle, a hardworking material handler at FedEx, worked hard to provide for her daughter. Not only was she a great mother to her 10-year-old, but she was also looking forward to being the same for her newborn daughter, born on January 31st, 2022. On Tuesday, February 1st, just 2 days after giving birth to her precious daughter, Kennedy Holey, Danielle took Kennedy back to the hospital for further testing. During this time, Danielle's mother would text her to check if everything was going okay. Everything seemed to be going well, and Danielle responded saying, "Yeah, I'm here at the hospital, everything's going well. I'm trying to get the baby out of the car." Her mother thought that everything was okay. However, as time passed, Danielle's mother continued to text and check on Danielle and baby Kennedy. She became increasingly worried when she didn't receive a response. Danielle was no longer responding, and her mother tried to reach out to find out what was happening. Around 11:15 p.m., a Memphis Police Department officer was driving on Sedgwick Drive and Levi Road in Memphis, Tennessee. While searching for possibly stolen vehicles, the officer found a tan Chevy Cruze with a broken driver's side window. After checking the license plate, it was confirmed that the car belonged to Danielle Holey. The officers then contacted Holey's family, who revealed they hadn't seen Danielle since earlier that day when she left home with her 2-day-old daughter, Kennedy. While officers continued searching around the area, they found the body of a young woman in her mid-20s. She was lying on the side of the road, close to the abandoned vehicle. Sadly, she had been shot in the head and didn't survive. The investigators soon confirmed that the victim was Danielle Holey. Surprisingly, her newborn daughter, Kennedy, was not there, neither at the scene nor in Danielle's car. Concerned about the baby's safety, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation issued an Amber Alert for Kennedy. When Kennedy went missing, she was just a 2-day-old baby girl, described as black, 17 inches long and weighing 6 pounds. She had brown hair and brown eyes. The last outfit she was seen in was a black and white polka dot onesie with pink pants. While looking for Kennedy, investigators found an empty car seat close to a dumpster at a Walmart in the Whitehaven neighborhood of Memphis. Family members confirmed it belonged to Kennedy. The Memphis Police Department, Shelby County Sheriff's Office, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, and local volunteers searched thoroughly in and around the community, but no new evidence or information was found. As they were looking for Kennedy, investigators talked to Brandon Isabel, Kennedy's father. From him, investigators found out things that led to his arrest. On February 1st, 2022, investigators arrested Brandon Isabel because they suspected him of murdering Danielle and Kennedy. In his talk with the police, Isabel supposedly confessed to the murders of Danielle and Kennedy Holey. He said he tricked Danielle into going to the place on Sedgwick Drive and Levi Road in the Whitehaven neighborhood, where they found Danielle in her car. He said he shot Danielle in the head and then took Kennedy, who was in her car seat, from Danielle's car. Isabel went on to say that after putting Kennedy in his car, he drove to the north side of Memphis, specifically to the Upper Mud Island boat launch in Island Park along the Mississippi River. Isabel said he took the baby out of her car seat and tossed the child into the water. He also said that he threw the gun he used to kill Danielle into the river around the Wolf River Delta. Isabel also mentioned that after leaving the Upper Mud Island boat launch, he drove to a Walmart in Whitehaven, and that's where he left Kennedy's car seat. Prosecutors accused him of 2 first-degree murder charges, 1 murder charge while committing the felony of aggravated kidnapping, 1 aggravated kidnapping charge, and 1 charge of tampering with or fabricating physical evidence. The judge denied Brandon bail. Isabel is waiting for his trial at the Shelby County Criminal Justice Complex just outside of Memphis, Tennessee. Even though he admitted to investigators, he has entered a plea of not guilty in the Hoyle murders. Lauren Fuchs, who is the attorney representing him, mentioned back in February that she would carefully examine the statements Brandon Isabel made to the police. Fuchs pointed out that the police are trained to get confessions, and her office intends to scrutinize the circumstances surrounding Isabel's confession. On September 15, 2022, a grand jury indicted Brandon Isabel. They listed his charges as 2 counts of first-degree murder, aggravated kidnapping, and aggravated child abuse and neglect. On Wednesday, December 6, 2023, Judge Carolyn Addison scheduled his trial for September 23, 2024. The devastating impact of this heinous crime was further compounded by the emotional turmoil experienced by Danielle's surviving child, Jaria, who was distraught over the loss of her mother and newborn sister. Danielle's mother, April Campbell, shared, "All she does is cry and say she wants her mama," referring to Jaria, her 10-year-old granddaughter. The ongoing search for Kennedy's remains near Island Park and the Upper Mud Island boat ramp in Whitehaven is a persistent effort. Campbell says, "I have to put my eyes on Kennedy to know she is gone." Memphis investigators say they will keep searching until they find her. The family and the community at large were left reeling from the profound grief and the overwhelming sense of loss. The funeral services for Danielle and Kennedy Hoyle were a somber and emotional occasion, as family, friends, and members of the community came together to mourn their untimely passing and to honor their memory. The outpouring of support and the establishment of a GoFundMe effort to help with funeral arrangements are a testament to the enduring impact of their lives and the deep sense of loss felt by those who knew them. The fundraiser was set up by Danielle's mother, who expressed her family's deep gratitude for the outpouring of support from the community. The fundraiser received a significant amount of donations, which helped to cover the costs of the funeral services for Danielle and Kennedy. Danielle Latesha Hoyle was buried on February 19, 2022, at Forest Hill Cemetery in Memphis, Tennessee. The burial service was done by Brown Missionary Baptist Church in collaboration with N.J. Ford and Sons Funeral Home. Danielle's employer, FedEx, issued a public statement expressing their shock and profound sadness over the loss of their team member and her newborn baby. They extended their heartfelt thoughts to the victims and everyone impacted by these tragic and senseless events. The statement also confirmed that Brandon Isabel is no longer employed by FedEx. As reported by the Family Safety Center, a significant portion, precisely 24% of domestic violence incidents within Tennessee take place in Memphis. An examination of homicide data published in 2010 revealed that Tennessee ranked among the top 10 states where men commit the highest rates of murder against their romantic partners. WKNO News Channel findings indicated a distressing trend in Memphis during the pandemic year of 2020, as deaths linked to domestic violence nearly doubled compared to the previous year. Law enforcement and advocates attribute this alarming rise to the pandemic exacerbating factors that contribute to domestic violence, such as unemployment and isolation, transforming them into a volatile mix that fuels abusive relationships. The brutal murder of Danielle Hoyle and her newborn daughter Kennedy stands as a deeply tragic and senseless event that has cast a long shadow over their family, friends, and the entire community. The intense sorrow and emotional pain felt by those close to them serve as a stark reminder of the severe repercussions resulting from acts of violence. The memories of Danielle and Kennedy Hoyle will endure in the hearts of those fortunate enough to have known and loved them. Their legacy becomes a poignant reminder of the preciousness of life and a compelling call for compassion and empathy in the wake of profound loss.